Reiterates his warning against smuggling and hoarding of rice as he lifts the price cap on the staple. Maricel Halili with the story.
After almost a month, President Bongbong Marcos has lifted the price cap on some variants of rice. Marcos announced this during the rice distribution to 4-piece beneficiaries in Taguig City.
Yes, we are, as of today, we are lifting the price caps on the rice, both for the regular milled rice and for the well-milled rice. So tinatanggal na natin yung mga control.
Recall that the President issued Executive Order number 39, setting a price cap of 41 pesos per kilo on regular milled rice and 45 pesos a kilo for well-milled rice. This was done to mitigate the increase in rice prices. Marcos has blamed this surge to smugglers and hoarders of agricultural products, which he calls an economic sabotage. In fact, the president said at least 4 rice traders are facing charges for alleged smuggling and hoarding of rice. These are the San Pedro Warehouse, Blue Sakura Agrigain Corporation, FS Austria Rice Mill, and Gold Rush Rice Mill. These rice traders are facing various cases for violating the Customs Modernization and Anti-Agricultural Smuggling Act.
It's not surprising. People are having a hard time. Because yung hirap na bigas ito eh. Ibang usapan pag bigas. It's different from anything else any other agricultural product.
For News 5, Maricel Halili, We Are One News.
In other news, the government says a crude oil tanker registered under Marshall Islands may have been involved in the fatal maritime incident off Bajo de Masinloc on October 2. The Philippine Coast Guard identified the vessel as Pacific Ana. PCG spokesperson Armand Balilo said the foreign vessel may have not seen the Filipino fishing boat as it was dark at sea at the time due to poor weather. However, Balilo added the investigation is still underway to determine if the act was deliberate or accidental. The PCG will reach out to the crew of Pacific Ana. The incident led to the death of 3 Filipino fishermen, including the boat's captain.
Kausap yung mga fishermen at yun nga tumutugma doon sa Pacificana ang description nila. Pero kailangan pa natin itong i-corroborate at kailangan pa natin makausap yung crew at ma-check natin kung sila talaga. Mahirap magturo sa kasalukuyan. Collision kasi ito, we need to get both sides para malaman natin.
Senators are seeking justice over the death of the 3 Filipino fishermen. Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel said that other seaworthy vessels in the area should have extended assistance to those in distress. Pimentel added that the government can help the families seek and get justice over the incident. For Senator Francis Tolentino, those responsible for the incident should be held accountable. Tolentino also emphasized the need to pass the Maritime Zone Law and the procurement of the necessary equipment for the Philippine Coast Guard. Senator Risa Hontiveros likewise deplored that the vessel left the Filipino fishing boat and the fishermen in the water, calling it a despicable act. Hontiveros also reiterated her call to increase the intel funds of the PCG for the safety and security of Filipinos in the area. Meanwhile, Senate President Mig Zubiri vowed that they will not rest until they get to the bottom of the incident. Zubiri said that if it was an accident, they must figure out whether there was any attempt to assist our fisherfolk at all, which should have been done under international humanitarian laws. More stories coming your way after a quick break. Stay with us. still watching One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. President Bongbong Marcos was not surprised by the drop in his trust and approval ratings. In an interview, President Marcos said lower ratings happen when people are visibly having a hard time getting by. The president said they can't blame the public for this given the soaring prices of several commodities. But he stressed that addressing their pressing concerns remains of utmost importance to the government. From 80% in June, Marcos' approval rating fell to 65%, while his trust rating decreased to 71% from 85%, according to a Pulse Asia survey. Vice President Sara Duterte's approval and trust ratings also went down.
Hindi mo masisi ang tao. Talagang naghihirap sila. That's why we're doing all of the things to try and maintain the prices at a level that is affordable to our people. I think we are slowly heading there dahil ang supply natin napakaganda.
A mayor's group calls on the national government to be more thorough as deliberations on the 2024 national budget are underway. In a statement, the Mayors for Good Governance highlighted that the country is facing pressing issues on inflation, agriculture, transportation, and security. The group said the quote, unnecessary expenditures should be directed to programs that will benefit the Filipino people. The M4GG is composed of about 157 mayors from various towns and cities across the country. The manifesto was signed by its conveners, including Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong. Let's now take a quick look on today's other top stories around the globe. A handful of Republicans in the U.S. House of Representatives has ousted Republican Speaker Kevin McCarthy. The 216 to 210 vote marked the first time in history that the House removed its leader, with 8 Republicans voting with 208 Democrats to remove McCarthy. The Thai police has arrested a 14-year-old suspected gunman responsible for a shooting at a luxury mall in the capital, Bangkok. The teenage gunman reportedly killed a Chinese national and critically wounded 5 people in the shooting. Hundreds of people were seen screaming and racing into the streets after gunshots rang out of the Siam Paragon Mall. A plague of bedbugs has hit Paris and other French cities, raising questions about health and safety during next year's Olympic Games. Officials said they are now working to tamp down the infestation after numerous reported sightings around the French capital, including in trains, cinemas, and other public places. One News Now will be back at 6 p.m. with the day's latest stories. See you then. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.